Hi, Skuku, Palien here. Today I'm going to talk about autistic animals, specifically my fur baby Tygra. I hope you'll enjoy it. Have you ever considered not only yourself if you'd have autism, I have autism, but animals can also be autistic too. Have you ever thought about that? I will be talking about my adorable cat Tygra and how I worked out she has autism. When she was a tiny kitten, she wouldn't stop walking backwards when she went on my headboard. This continued on until she turned 1. If I tried to take her off the headboard, she hissed and wanted to keep on walking backwards. I got functional neurological disorder and became wheelchair bound April last year. She always felt settled, and if I were to move her off the wheelchair, she either growls nowadays and sulks in the bedroom on the bed. As soon as I am off my wheelchair onto the couch, where is she, you would guess? On my wheelchair. It can be a bit annoying when I need to go to the loo, but I realized after a while it is actually her safe spot. Just like I have a safe spot. But Autistic Palien will talk about that for another episode, so stay tuned. She even smiles when I let her stay on the wheelchair and falls asleep so quickly. It's crazy. She can stay on my wheelchair all day. That's how much she feels safe. When I got her a fish toy from a $2 shop, she kept carrying it around like it was a pet. She even meowed at me, and my partner say, "Is that your fishy?" She responds, "Mine," cat language. It's really adorable. I believe she actually thinks it's alive, but I would never tell her because it would definitely upset her. If we were to hide her toy or put it away, she would get very upset and annoyed. She has a routine in her mind, and if it is even too late or too early, she'd keep meowing and climbing all over me in the bed. It still happens to this day. She has a set breakfast and dinner time, even a toilet time, just like a human child. I've even had people say she ain't a cat, she's a human child. When her routine is done, she settles on my wheelchair once again. She gets very uptight if we shut the wardrobe. At first I thought she was just curious, but it's actually her safe spot as well. We have to leave the wardrobe open, and I'm not a huge fan of leaving wardrobes open, but we have to do that, otherwise she gets really jumpy, claws at the door, and just very uptight. She won't settle for bed. She has to go into it daily. The funniest thing is, my safe spot is a wardrobe too, so it's crazy. She only likes certain food. I don't know if you've got a cat that's fussy, but she gets very uptight if it's food she doesn't enjoy. When she was a kitten, she got put on Purina 1. When I tried to feed her, she cringed at it. She didn't want it. So I had to try a whole lot of different brands until I discovered she has specific taste to foods. At first I thought she was just a fussy cat like my past cat Mystic. It didn't add up, so what I did was I kept testing her out on brands, and in the end it ended up being Hill's Science, which is super healthy, so I'm super happy about that. She's really sensitive to things. She has stress incontinence. I don't know if you've heard of that. And she got bladder problems, and it ended up being very costly for us, but I'd do anything for my fur baby, just as everyone else would with their pets. She loved the stuff, and her bladder got better over time, and I was just really relieved because she got really, really sick. So I'm hypersensitive, as I said in the texture episode, and she's hypersensitive just like her mum. I've recently let her outside, and she has this really interesting pathway where she goes down the driveway and around the backyard. She never leaves over the fence or anything. She likes to be close to me. She's got separation anxiety. She gets very, very uptight. She has her little routine when I let her out. I let her out once a day because she tires herself out. She's a black tortoiseshell. They are so hyperactive and then they burn out for hours on end. She's always on the wheelchair after she burns out. She goes through the bushes. She goes down to the carport, sits under the car when people come out because she's highly anxious and frightened. That's why I didn't really want to let her out, but she's a tortoiseshell. I discovered they either like indoors or outdoors. I'm doing a bit of both to keep her happy. She goes around to the backyard. She gets into a bit of a hissy with the other cats because it's her territory. She does not stray from home. I've never had a cat like that. I started believing that could be a part of the autism in her too. I'm a bit like that too. I wouldn't stray from home unless I had my partner with me or my cat. I would get very uptight if anyone suspects the animal is autistic. There's signs I can give you. I even asked the vet as proof, and she said it is very possible. Right now, she is on the wheelchair, glaring at me because she can't stand loud noises. I'm talking on the podcast and she's glaring hard at me. I don't like loud noise, so that's how I worked it out. She runs so fast inside if she hears something loud outside. She starts shaking, goes straight into the room on the bed and settles herself down, or she goes to her safe spot on the wheelchair. When I'm on live streams, she gets very uptight, but I try my best to settle her anxiety down, get sensory overload. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I just wanted to make it short. Squawkoo! If you like it, please like, follow, and share. I'm on Spotify, Palien Talks. I'm looking forward to seeing you next Friday, same time. Bye.